Hey, switched at birth. What would it be like to find out when you're 57 years old that who you thought your mother and father wasn't your true mother and father? I got a great show tonight. I got Teresa Carter live in the studio. She's going to tell us a story about what it's like to be 57 years old and you find out you were swapped at birth. It's going to be a great show. Got a lot of other people calling in, tuning in, so hang around. We're going to have a great show to you.
The Mike Weatherford Show is proud to announce we are now officially powered by TEC. If their fiber optic internet service can handle everything we throw at it here in the studio, from videos to calls and live streams, you better believe they can handle your home or business too. If speed, stability, and service is important to you, you can count on TEC. Thanks, TEC. Now let's get to the show.
Recorded live in the studios of Brewer Street Mafia. This is a Red Dog Fred production.
And now, your number one rated show, The Mike Weatherford Show. Here's your host, Mike Weatherford.
Hey, welcome back to the Mike Weatherford Show. I'm your host, Mike Weatherford. What do you think? That's kind of a hard pill to swallow, to think you were swapped at birth with someone else. You know, that happened in Lexington, Tennessee, which is just right down the road. Neighbors of ours right down the road. That did happen in late 62 and maybe up to early 64, right in that area. We know of 4 people that were swapped. We're going to hear the whole story tonight from Teresa Carter. She was the one that was swapped at birth, found out, and she's here to tell a story to us. It's going to be a great, great, great show. But tonight I've got my one and only friend. I got 1 or 2 friends left in this world, you know, and I run most of them off. My good friend Ricky Price. Welcome back, Ricky.
Mike, we walk hand in hand. One of the friends we got. We're skipping down the road, brother.
We're going to skip down the road. It's going to be a great one.
I tell you, we just need to roll on and get this thing started
It
tonight.
is.
Great show.
Appreciate you, Ricky.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate you having me.
And also, another great friend of mine that I've met through Ricky, Ken Atkinson. He is the guy that hooked me up and got this show, kind of got it worked out for me with Teresa. So I want to introduce my friend Ken Atkinson. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, man. This is incredible. I'm just happy to be a part of it and get to know Teresa and, of course, to know Ricky.
Yeah.
He's one of the coolest dudes you could ever meet. And thank you.
It is. It's an interesting story. You're what would you call yourself? A writer? What is that?
Somewhat freelance writer. I do write for the Carroll County News Leader.
Right.
And that's where I got, hooked up with Teresa and kind of got to know her a little bit and knew the story and got a little more into it. And it was just it's a little fascinating, to be honest.
It is really a I guess you could say, horrible story to hear. You wrote 2 times about it, 2 articles about it.
A couple times. But when you kind of see the positives that come out of the switch, I remember my little girl said, she we wouldn't have known her if it weren't for that.
That's right. There's always good and bad, no matter what.
Yeah.
You ready to get this started?
Let's go.
All right. And also tonight, we've got one of Teresa's great friends that she grew up with. I think she's kind of here for moral support, but she probably knows the story about it as well as anybody. I want to welcome Rita Jones. Welcome to the show, Rita.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
So you are a fellow auto repair girl.
Yes. Yes. Well, I'm retired now, but
retired
yes.
now. I understand.
Yes.
So, it ages you pretty quick. We're only 23.
Yes.
Yeah, but
yes,
auto
just
repair.
barely.
Yeah, but when you're in the auto repair business, it ages you quick, don't it?
Yes, it does.
I appreciate you coming in and helping Teresa through this.
Happy to be here.
You've been there with her from the beginning, haven't you?
Yes, sir.
A horrible story, but it can turn out good, like Ken said. There's good to it.
There's a lot of good things coming out of it.
There's a lot of good things coming out to it. Okay.
Yes.
I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
All right, so I introduced you, the one that was 57 years old, and she found out that she was swapped at birth. I want to welcome Teresa Carter. Welcome to the show, Teresa.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
Glad to have you. So you was born in 62 in
Lexington at the hospital that was called Methodist
Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And you grew up a normal life?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing
Yes.
different? Never suspected anything?
The only thing I suspected was when my hair was just blonde when I was a child. And I guess my siblings came along and they were all really dark headed, like mom and dad, and it was like all those pictures of me as a child, my hair
There's some
is
pictures.
really blonde,
Wow.
and I didn't look like anything
Is that
like
your father?
them. That's my dad. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And there you are. Great. I can tell them old pictures. I got pictures of me in that era, and they all look the same in that era. Look at that haircut. That's almost a bowl cut, wasn't it, Teresa?
Yeah, my grandmother did all the hair
That's
cutting.
okay.
Yeah, she did.
Look at that one. I still got that tricycle. Yeah, my daddy used to call all of us tricycle motors. That's what we was.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, tell me what it was like. Did you just grow up in a normal life, and you're let's call your parents that raised you. Is that what we need to call them? Is
Yes.
your parents?
Yes.
They're still your parents.
They're
no
mom
matter-
and dad.
Mom
to
and
me.
dad. I understand that.
Still mom and dad.
They didn't have no idea, or you had none of this.
Nobody had any idea. We would go to family reunions. My great grandmother Donovan, she would always make sure on Sundays after church that everybody came.
Yeah.
She had 11 children, and I was one of those great grandchildren, and I
Yeah.
adored her. And she, we would go to her house, and everybody was like, "Well, Tanya and Tim look a lot alike, but Teresa, who does she favor?"
Yeah.
And Daddy always would say, I guess she favors the milkman. I don't know.
That's funny
That
you
was-
said that. My son has got curly hair when he was growing up. And everywhere we went, the same thing. They'd say, "Where did you get that curly hair?" And he just laughed. I said, "Son, tell him from the milkman." So he got the saying from the milkman. And in your case, it wasn't the milkman, but it was kind of the milkman.
Yeah, kind of was.
Kind of was.
Yes.
So you just had a normal childhood, nothing different. Nobody
No.
expected anything. That was your mother and father. They treated you just like who they brought home from the hospital.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And even down to the very end, my daddy said, "You're mine. I brought you home from the hospital."
Yeah.
And that was the truth. I didn't feel different as far as the way I was treated. We all were absolutely, we had to do well. Mom and Daddy wanted us to do well in school.
Sure.
And some ones of us didn't, but I was really afraid not to. I wanted to please them.
Sure.
And Daddy was always, he made sure we respected people. We were brought up in church. It was, we were taught to love each other.
Sure.
And y'all, and a story I guess I haven't told anybody is like my brother Tim, who I was raised with, we used to fight a lot.
But he is it's confusing now to me.
He's
I
my
understand.
brother I grew up with.
Right. He is your
Okay.
mother and father that raised you's true son.
Yes.
So
Yes.
okay, I got you.
Yes.
But he's still your brother right now.
Yes. Yes.
You just can't divorce him.
No, you don't.
No,
You don't. But we would always, pick at he would pick at me, and I'd bite and pinch and all these kind of things.
Yeah.
And Daddy would make us hug and kiss.
Oh yeah.
I bet y'all had to do that
Yes,
too.
sir.
Yeah,
I made my kids
love
hold
each
hands.
other. Mm,
I made
yeah.
I had 2 girls and a boy, and they would get into it, and I'd make them hold hands. That was worth it, a whipping. My son anyway, he hated that.
Well, we got those too with belt.
Yeah,
but,
I did too. Yeah, that's okay.
Yes.
We
yes.
need more of that.
Yes.
But everything normal. You grew up. You got married. Did you have children too?
Yes. Yes. I have a
And-
son and a daughter.
So your parents that raised you had grandchildren then. Mm-hmm. Just thought it was their grandkids, like I do with my grandkids. Pick them up and brag and show them off. It's my grandkids. Nothing.
Nothing.
No hankering.
No.
Wow. Now this is the question. How did you find out?
Well, I started getting, first of all, my husband, he decided he wanted to do ancestry because there was a lot of historical things on his family. I mean, lots of things people he wanted to look up. He wanted to
Sure.
see their names. He wanted to see his descent and all that. He said, let's just do that. We get a buy one, get one free. So we did it on one of the holidays, which I'm thinking must have been St. Patrick's Day or something like that. I don't remember exactly. And he said, let's just do that. So we did that. And all I did was I did my own family tree, just like it's there for you. I took my grandfather's Bible and I put everybody's name in there when they were born, when they died, up until my children. And, and a year later, I started getting emails and they came through Ancestry. And it happened to be my sister, but at the time I didn't have a clue who she was. She's just said, your mom did nothing wrong, but there's something in your life you need to know, and I need to tell you about it. So that's where Rita comes in. Is like we were together when all this happened.
Hold on a minute.
Okay.
You got an email. Did you do your DNA?
No.
You didn't. You just put your names and stuff in there. Well, how'd they track you down with that? They found out.
What happened is
Okay.
when they did, she and my brother by birth, they did Ancestry, and my name showed up. So when my name showed up, she's like, okay, it says half sister or cousin.
Well, how did
cousin.
they find that out? How was that?
See, when I did my DNA, it
You
will
did do
show-
your DNA.
I did do my DNA,
Okay, I
but I
thought you-
didn't go back and look at it. It was unlisted.
Oh, okay. I got it.
really?
No, I never did
So they
that.
found you through DNA because I know they have that
Yes,
DNA ancestry,
yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah. I did that once, but go ahead.
But when they found my name, they were curious as to, well, she has lived in Lexington, so they look, Facebook is social media.
It is.
And it is
Powerful.
everything is there.
Yeah.
So they happened to see my son, and a picture of him. He looks just like my birth brother. I look like my birth mother, and Janita looks like her birth mother.
Wow.
And and so our birth dates, they did look at the birth dates. Nikki did, and she's and she'll tell you about a little bit later on, a little more in depth. The birth dates were different because we were about 18 hours apart. And my birth date is not as it shows on my birth certificate. I'm actually born September 13th and not 14th.
Wow.
But they saw that. And when you put all that stuff, when you make your Facebook account,
Yeah.
you put all that stuff in there. And
Well, sure. When they swapped y'all two, they swapped birth dates and all.
yeah,
Wow.
And
Yeah.
the 18 hours is the
Wow,
difference.
yeah,
18 hours is different. That's a
Wow. Do you
almost a
still
day.
do you still go by the one that you thought your birth date, or did you change your birthday now? Or you got two birthdays?
we have two.
That's what I do.
We celebrate both days.
I would.
I don't get gifts for both, but
I
I,
would make
might
sure
get a
that, yeah.
cake. We say happy
Yeah.
birthday for both days. Yes.
Wow. So they called you. This.
Well, actually, we exchanged pictures, and I could see the very first picture was of my brother.
What went through
and my
your
son.
mind when you seen that? Explain
Like,
to
this
me.
can't be real.
No idea. Let's go back. You had no idea. Out of the blue,
No.
you just got emails, and you started doing this right here. Who are these?
Yes. Or my son is on the left,
Right.
and his name is Roy, and Shane is on the right.
Now Shane is your.
brother.
He is my blood brother. So these are
You got the same mother and father. You
we
just got-
do.
I can see the
we do.
resemblance. Look at that. Wow.
Boy, it's like twins.
Wow. When
Look
you.
at their receding hairline. See that?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, they say a lot of things the same too.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you what to say. Just say my friend's hair. That would be his uncle. Say my uncle's hair turned gray and mine turned loose. That's what you say. Now that's the same two guys,
But,
right?
well, yes, it is.
Wow.
It's as
The
of
eyes.
today. Hmm.
Wow. Look at that. I mean, they can almost pass for brothers. How far apart is their age?
Let's see, 36 and 51.
Well, that's
So,
14 years.
yeah.
14,
Yeah.
That's not much. So you found out through these right here. Now, who is this right here?
The little one is my grandson. His name is Cullen, and I mean Cullen's always looked like his uncle, and
Right.
then Roy looks like his uncle. So it's just kind of
Wow. So
been
that is
passed
your
along.
grandson and your brother.
And my brother and my son in the middle
Yeah. The one in the Tennessee shirt is your
is my brother. Mm-hmm.
Wow. So you found out all of this through emails, and then the DNA started testing you, and you was you thinking it was a scam to start with?
Oh yes, absolutely. Because the emails were just, she didn't understand how she should break it to me
Well,
to
how
tell me the
could
truth.
you?
I don't know. I don't
I mean,
know,
there's
but
no good way.
it did seem like a scam.
I would think that.
When I was with Rita, we were reading those emails.
Rita, what did you think when you was seeing all that?
Well, it was what?
Yeah,
you
what?
know, and she said, do you think I need to answer her? I said, well, yeah, I'd want to know why.
I would think I would answer it.
Yeah, and she did.
Now, is this the woman that contacted you?
Yes,
Now, who
my
was
sister.
Your okay.
She's my
This
half-sister.
confusing. Okay, I think I'm getting some part timers here. Your sister, which was your blood sister, right? Your true sister.
Yes,
The ones
we
that
share the same father, so she is my half sister.
Okay.
got you.
But
okay.
I still call her my sister.
got
you
you.
know.
Okay, half sister. Okay, you got the same father, different mothers.
Right.
Great. Now I'm kind of confused, but I know and it is confusing, right?
Oh my goodness!
I don't know
yes.
how you ever figured this out. It's confusing. Okay, so you moved on. You started emailing back and forth with your sister, and it just blew up.
Yes. So actually, we were in Lexington when all this happened at Beach Lake. You know, it's the middle of COVID.
Yeah.
So
You had plenty of time.
we were sitting outside, Rita and I, and we were just, you know, communicating back by text with her. And then when I got home, I called her, and my husband was there at home, and we just talked to her then about it, and she gave me a few more details that she found me on Facebook, and you know that she knows that I was switched at birth. And in the pictures prove it, and they do.
DNA proves it.
It does.
And you're not the only two. You and this
Exactly.
Janita are not. She's going to be called in here in just a few minutes. If y'all want to go ahead and get her ready to get her hooked up, that'll be fine. So you found out. What did you do? I mean, how did you?
Well, it was, you know, I was pretty sad knowing that I was going to have to tell my dad.
Yeah.
You
Was
know,
your
that's-
mother still alive?
No, she passed
Oh,
away
man.
from cancer almost 19 years ago now.
Kind of a blessing.
Yes.
How would a mother take that? But go ahead.
But yes, you know, I was worried about telling him. I was worried about telling my kids. It was a difficult thing to call a family meeting with my children
How would
because
you
I
do
don't
that?
ever do that, you know. And
Was you excited?
no,
Okay.
No.
Dreading it? Was
Yeah,
there any
yes,
your emotions was what?
all over the place. You know, I couldn't sleep. I walked around. We have a basement in our house, and so I just walked around in the basement at night, you know, just thinking, what am I going to do, and who am I going to tell, and why would I tell anybody? Well, you know, I may not have to tell anybody, but you know, I figured I had to.
You'd have to tell your father.
Yeah, I
And
had
you
to.
was curious of who your birth mother and father who really was, right? Did you know it then who they was? Mm-hmm. They
Yes.
lived in the same town.
Yes.
And
Yes, they worked in the same. My dad worked with my dad that raised me. Worked
Right.
with my birth father.
Really?
And you and this Janita knew each other.
We
Not
went to high
friends.
school together. Yes, we
And
went to high
knew
school
each other.
together for 4 years. Yes.
I think we have Janita on the phone. Is that correct?
All right.
Hello, Janita.
Yes.
This is Mike Weatherford. Welcome to the show. I appreciate you calling in.
No, no problem.
Yeah, it's a horrible, in a way, story here. Tell me what you think about all this. How did you handle it? How do you feel?
How do I feel now, or how did I feel when I first found out?
Both of me, because this is a unique story. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not common. It's very uncommon here. So tell me kind of what you thought.
Overwhelmed, I guess, is the first thing. I didn't want to comprehend it.
I can
And
agree.
then I got really angry. It's kind of almost like grieving.
Yes.
You know, I was angry, and then in denial. I wanted somebody to
Be punished for
take
it.
responsibility.
Yes.
You know, I wanted somebody to stand up and say, hey, this shouldn't have happened. We're sorry. But that didn't happen.
I can understand that. But you had a great life, I'm sure. Did your parents that raised you, so you and Teresa, she's sitting there, she can hear you. You can hear her too, Teresa?
Yes, I can hear her.
Yeah, she can hear you too. Y'all were swapped, but your mother and father raised you just like Teresa's mother and father raised her, just like you was her daughter, correct?
Yeah.
Wow. Have you either one of y'all had any counseling?
Yes, we have.
Yeah.
I would
We
hope
have.
the Lord, yes. I would need lots of it, big cups of it, drinks of it. So, Janita, have you kind of accepted it what is going through your mind? I mean, it's horrible. I mean, yeah, you're exactly right. What you said is 100,000%. I agree. Somebody needs to take responsibility for this, because this is not like you got the wrong meal at McDonald's. No. Nobody handed you a sack
of fries.
Or fries.
Right.
This is something that's horrible. You're exactly right, Janita. I can agree 100% that somebody needs to be responsible for that, but how do you do it this many years later?
You don't.
Oh, wow.
You just have to kind of, I guess, be okay with it, because there's nobody left, really.
Right. To blame.
You know, that many years ago,
Yeah.
Teresa can tell you, we did a little bit of investigating, trying to find out who owned the hospital then, you know.
Right.
I don't think you can.
Wow.
We never did really come to that.
Did y'all, either one of y'all, Teresa talked to, did either one of y'all ever get any answers out of the hospitals or anything, or has it all been sold and closed and moved?
It's been sold so many times that, I've talked to, recently I talked to one of the doctors who has retired from there, and he is also he is a doctor, son of a doctor who delivered one of us. And he said, there's just been so many names this hospital has had, so many different owners. And we can see what the newspaper printed as far as the children born, but as far as anybody will say, there's no microfilm,
somebody
that says.
Teresa, you and Janita both tell me this. It sounds intentional.
Yes.
Janita, do you agree?
Oh, I thought, I'm a retired nurse. I've always said that.
Yeah, y'all don't do that. No. There's crazies in everything. There's crazy auto mechanics. There's crazy policemen. And nurses are no exception. It happens. And wow, did you have a different emotions with this going on? I mean, you probably had, like you said it was trying to shock and then angry, and have you kind of accepted it now, or where are you at it with this?
Yeah, I've accepted it. Trying to, move forward with it. I don't try not to dwell on it. Things get brought up from time to time. I'll say something or do something, and our sister Niecy will say, "Oh my God, you sound just like Daddy." It brings it back.
Janita, that is your daddy. Because that didn't happen in my life, but I raised a daughter of mine that maybe people don't even know that it knows me. But I've got a daughter that's really not my daughter, but I raised her since she was 1.5 years old. So that is my daughter, and I'm her daddy no matter what. You follow me? It's not like what you went with, but as a father, y'all are looking at it from one side. Let me give you, Teresa, both of y'all. That's still my daughter. Mm-hmm. She knew her daddy, but I was still her father, and still to this day, I'm her daddy. And that didn't change the one that raised you, Teresa, and it didn't change the one that raised you, Janita. They loved you because you're their daughter. I'm sure your dad told you that, Janita.
No, he passed away before all this happened.
Oh, wow.
Actually, both of them did. And I was referring to my biological father, who
who raised me.
So confusing.
It is confusing.
Who raised Teresa.
You're fine. Just get confused with me. We'll all get in the same basket of confusion. It's okay, because I've been lost ever since I heard about this show. Because when you say mom and daddy, you got to throw another word in there to make sure we get the right one. You know what I'm saying?
I know. I usually,
we call it birth mother, then mom and daddy. How about we do that so Mike don't get confused? I'm not real smart, okay?
Okay.
It's very confused, but I really want to tell you again how much I appreciate you calling in, because it's a shock, and I can understand, Teresa, you too, the anger that you got to felt at someone, but it's not your parents that raised you. It's not your birth mother and father. It's neither one of them. It's somebody that you can't get mad at. It's kind of like not like it, but the same thing when you hit your head. You won't be mad at somebody, but your own fault. Y'all are not responsible for this. There's some evil person that did this, and they're burning in hell. You understand me? They're burning in hell for what they did. But things happen for a reason, and maybe y'all have grown a bigger family. I don't know the answer and don't want to act like I know the answer, because what y'all are going through is horrendous. I don't know how y'all do it and keep your sanity. I mean, you go for you're the same age? Oh, they couldn't have swapped y'all 18 hours apart. You go for 50-something years, mom and dad, and all of a sudden that's not mom and dad. That's tore away from you. Has got to be. There's no way to put in words, either one of y'all.
Yeah, it was just hard, to just think about, the next day after I saw the pictures, I woke up and I looked at my husband and I said, oh my gosh, is this real? Did I just dream? Did I have a nightmare?
Yeah.
This can't be real, and of course, it's yes, it really happened. And, the person who did it, I can't be angry at that person because I don't even know who it is. I can just say you have to make the best of a bad situation. You have to learn to love everybody. I mean, I've learned to love people I didn't even know, that as brother and sister and, birth mother, learning to love others is just, it's hard in this kind of situation.
It is. Janita, did you see any resemblance when you found out who your birth mother and father was? Did you see anything there that was, wow, I can see it now? Did you have in them moments like Teresa said she did?
I don't think I look as much like my birth parents as Teresa looks like her.
Wow. I mean,
but you look like your birth sisters.
Yeah.
You do look like your birth sisters.
Y'all two can't be mad at each other. Y'all both have got the same trauma, if that's the word to use.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all two have the same trauma, so y'all are victims. And I'm glad to see that y'all two are talking, because it could be either way. I'm sure when you found out and when you found out, Janita, it could go either way, and I can understand anger. That's the first thing is, what the hell is what my first question would be. Are y'all sure? I would be mad. Janita, I can feel you. I understand where you're coming from. And I think that's a normal reaction.
Well, it's not like you said. It's not like getting the wrong thing at McDonald's.
No,
this is my life.
It is your life.
You mess with my life.
That's exactly. And everything that you was taught kind of sounded like it was a lie, but it wasn't a lie. The love was from your parents that raised you was real love. It wasn't a lie. They didn't know. They would have loved. I'm sure Teresa's your real birth parents. I'm confused as hell, so y'all know what I'm talking about. Your birth parents. Forgive me, Janita. I am. It's confusing.
It is.
I know it's confusing. I get confused.
Thank God. But your birth parents would have loved you just like your parents that raised you would. I guarantee you that. They didn't know. They're just victims like y'all are.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, when just before Daddy already had COVID and he was at home, and I was there with him, and he handed me his phone and he said, "Put Janita's phone number in here because I'm going to call her.
Well, sure.
And I want you to make her part of the family. I want y'all to be by her like a sister, just like you are sisters together."
Yes.
And yes, he did not accept it well at first, but as he really realized she looks like
that daddy come out in him.
Yeah, she looks like her. She looks like mom, and she does.
Janita, did you meet your real? Your mother died, Teresa, right?
Right.
So did you meet your birth father?
No, I did not.
Oh man, it's horrible.
Sad.
Did you get to talk to him? Correct, Janita?
No, I didn't talk to him.
Oh,
He sent me a text through Facebook.
Yeah, that's okay.
And everybody was freaking out.
Yeah, I can understand. I'm sitting there. If I sound crazy, I'm trying to be your birth father and kind of sit here and think of what I would do if I found out that either Jessica or Derek or Amanda, wasn't mine. How would I take it? Ken, help me out here, brother. You found this story. Do you find it as intriguing as I do? It's horrible.
Man, I sat down with Teresa the first time I met her, and all I could think about, my grandma Lily was not my real grandma, and I found out at 8 years old. And she took me and she sat me on her lap and said, there'll be no talk of that. And that was the end of it. And I just,
great.
you know, she
Granny
was grandma.
meant it,
She's
didn't it?
always grandma.
Yeah.
And that's the closest I could come to relating, but we
Right.
related immediately with that.
Yeah, you had a relationship there. Then you could feel.
Well,
that.
yeah, there's
you felt
so
that relations they had. So Janita, you and Teresa went to school together and kind of knew each other through school, right?
Yeah, we went to high school together.
That is just.
It's wild.
It's just I don't know what to say. And your birth parents, here we go again. Your birth parents, her birth parents, knew each other, knew of each other, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow. You know,
And I think my birth father worked with my non-birth grandmother.
wow.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes. They did work together.
You know, I'm glad y'all two are intelligent people.
because I tell you what, I don't know if I'm gonna go to work
Thank you for
tomorrow.
that.
Yeah, I'm glad because every emotion, because I think that I'm different than everybody else, but I think I'm just like y'all too. Every emotion y'all talking about, I'm feeling it.
I do.
That makes sense. Y'all feel it?
I'm just telling you, this is.
It's I've never and I try to be respectful if I can. Please don't take anything I say as not being respectful because I don't know what to say. I mean, I can only imagine. And the father, did you meet your real birth father?
I did in real life, but not knowing him as
Not
a
knowing.
birth father.
So you never got to talk to him neither.
No,
Well,
she
I
didn't
talked
know
to him because I worked where he
Yeah, but
had a
you not-
business.
not as your
no,
father.
not as a birth father. No.
You know,
Yeah, figure
I don't know if I want to go to my grave not knowing or not. You know, that's just debatable. Wow.
Well, I'll interject. That just shows that what Daddy taught us was you can love anybody.
Yeah.
And he did make a decision that he could love her even though he didn't know her.
Sure he did. That's that daddy. Janita, I'll guarantee you, this is coming from a father. Janita, you hear me? No matter what, that man loves you.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, I tell people all the time that I said, we've been friends for 50 years, we just had never met yet. He was your father for 57 years, you just hadn't met him yet. And
Just didn't know him.
that's exactly right. But I believe y'all both had good parents because neither one of y'all has talked bad about the parents that raised y'all. Janita, you had a good life, correct?
That's a whole nother episode.
Well, I got it. Well, I mean, there's trials and tribulations and all of it. I look back at my childhood, and yeah, my daddy whipped me with a belt a couple times, but you know what? He probably should have whipped me more than he did. But I love my parents, even though, and I think y'all. Is it fair to say y'all both had good bringing up, good life?
Yep. We turned out pretty good, I think.
Okay. Well, we won't go there,
I'm not
Janine.
getting into that because you will really get confused.
Don't confuse me no more. I'm y'all's age, okay? So I got part timers. I can remember stuff part of time. But wow, that's just it. Y'all help me out. Look, my producer, I guarantee you, is laughing at me because I've usually got a lot to say, but I don't know what to say.
Well, I think I sent a picture of my mother holding the baby.
Yeah, we got that picture, Kevin. Let's put that up. Now, who is this woman? Your mother or
This
your
is my mother that raised me.
Right.
Holding the baby. And you can see that the baby has a band on her arm.
You don't
Oh,
have
you didn't
it.
have that.
Yes, I
Okay.
didn't have that one.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I thought I sent it.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, how did that happen?
Yeah. Well, every doctor I've talked to and every nurse I've talked to, and now I'm.
They had to swamp the bands.
They cut them off.
And
They
made
had
another
to
new
cut
one?
them off. Yes.
Made another new one. Okay.
Well, it's from what I understand, and I never saw a band. And Daddy said he didn't ever see. He didn't ever.
Who in the hell would
one.
have thought to look for a band? We're talking about human lives. We ain't talking about dogs.
Wouldn't you think that the moms would have brought home the baby and the babies had their bands on because that was the way it was supposed to be?
It should have been. I still got my little bracelet.
How many times you go to the doctor and it says, give me your age and you got this band, they check it.
I never look at it.
Right.
Do you look at your band?
No.
I don't look at my band.
No,
Make
no.
sure it's on me.
No.
Maybe I need.
I know who I am.
Janita, you and Teresa, I want y'all to hear this. My daughter is my youngest is fixing to have another baby, and this has changed her whole outlook. I think that from hearing this story, and I'm sure Jessica's watching tonight, she said that baby's not leaving her sight.
That's what she said this morning.
Yeah, you heard it.
And we were in the shop this morning.
Yeah, and I told her, I said, if nothing else, get you a permanent marker because you can wipe it off later and raise it up and put an X under that arm, and only you'll know it's under there. It's horrible it comes to that, but this is not, y'all two are just the two we know about. This just didn't happen to y'all two.
No.
There's more.
No, there are more. Yes. And there are probably even more than we know.
Yeah, it's a lot of it out there.
Yes.
And here's something that really, this is crazy. This is how my mind thinks. What would happen if marriage come into effect?
Oh, yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
You didn't cross.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot, and diseases.
Yeah.
You know, you need to know your family's history. You know,
we had to swap that.
Yeah.
You know, we did that, you know, and then again, there are things that you still don't know, you know. I mean, I pretty much had all of my mom and dad that raised me, I had their history.
Right. You still call them mom and dad.
Yeah, they're mom and dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Janita, you're still mom and dad, correct?
No.
They're not? Okay.
No.
Well, you know, people's got to understand that these two women, that Janita on the phone and Teresa, are not responsible. Y'all are victims.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Wow. Janita, I appreciate you calling in. I know it took a lot to even talk about this, and I want you to know I'm going to think about it. I really am, and I appreciate you more than you'll ever know calling in and talking with us. And it's just I wish you luck, and I wish you peace. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, thank you. Yeah.
I wish you all that.
Understand.
And you need peace.
Thanks, Janita.
Yep. You need peace, you need happiness, and you need prayer, because we all do. And nobody's going to judge you, because there's no book that you can pick up and tells you directions like a car manual to tell you how to handle this, because this ain't
There's
supposed
no
to.
manual. You have to get through it.
You have to get through it, and there's no wrong way, Teresa, and there's no right way. Janita, there's no wrong or right way. You understand? You do it your way, and I pray for you and send you all the peace on earth that you can find. You deserve it.
Well, thank you very much.
All right, girl, I'm going to let you go, and we're going to take a commercial break, and we get back, we're going to be talking more about this. And Teresa, don't go nowhere.
Okay.
I finally got y'all's name, so the viewers,
Thank you so much, Janine.
Did I lose my, there we go. If I call wrong names tonight, put yourself in my shoes. You got birth moms and raising moms
and fathers
and daughters.
Work together.
Oh, my God.
Sit at the same lunchroom table.
Mike, in reality, Teresa should have been Janita, and Janita should have been
That's
Teresa.
right. Yeah.
Hold up. You can really confuse me. Now, wait a minute.
I mean,
No, that's another story.
Their parents named them.
You would have been Janita.
She would have been Janita.
You ever thought
Never
about
thought of
that?
that either.
Yes, we have.
Oh,
Sure
Lord.
Wow.
I've told my husband, hey, you know, I'm an imposter and you're really not married to me.
Yeah.
You know, you married Janita. I mean, you married Teresa, and she lives in
Oh.
Lexington.
But you know what? Like I was telling Janita, that's still your mom and dad.
Yes.
They still loved you, and I think if you had got to your birth mother and father earlier, they'd have loved you too. I think it'd have been a happier family.
Well, my birth mother is still living.
Really? So you have a relationship with her?
I do.
And that's got to be hard on Janita.
And you know, it's
I should
hard
have
for
asked her that.
It's hard for me because you know, I can't call her anything but her name
Yeah.
because, you know, mom was mom. You know, dad
Wow,
was dad.
I don't want to go down that road.
Yeah.
That's got to be.
Yeah.
Help me out here, Ken. How do you? What do you do? You know, and you got to be respectful to Janita.
Relate.
And calling the other girl mom. I mean, that's. I don't know if Janita would take it disrespectful, but how that's a kid. You got to handle that with a kid gloves. You got to handle that, don't you, Ken?
Yeah, I can't relate to that at all, to be honest.
No, it's a little bit worse than to hand you a cheeseburger when you wanted a hamburger. That's a lot of dang difference.
It is.
Huge.
You know,
Or
you wrote this story, and there's no way you can write everything what they're thinking.
No.
There's no way that everything you've been through, from name change to everything that's going on here now, there's no possible way.
We're going to get back. We're going to do a commercial break. We come back. We're going to have a Nikki call in.
Yes.
And who is Nikki?
Nikki is my sister.
Explain.
We share the same father. She's
Gotcha.
my half sister.
Right. Is she the one that found?
She's the one who found me. Mm-hmm.
Wow. So, folks, we're going to take a commercial break. I got to pay the bill before I try to find a sugar mama to pay my bill or something. I don't know. But anyway, we're going to take a commercial break. We get back. We're going to try to do my best because y'all know I'm not real smart. Try to weed through all that because it is horrendous. It's a horrible case. So, we'll be right back. Hey, have you ever woke up in the middle of the night and your house just feels kind of cool? Or come home from work and saying, something just don't feel right? Yeah, that's happened to all of us. Hey, it's Mike from the Mike Weatherford Show. Yeah, I've been through that problem. I've got the answer to your problem. A+ Heating and Cooling. They're the official heating and cooling company of the Mike Weatherford Show. They're your go-to place. Hey, when's the last time you had your heat pump just checked out? I mean, just had it serviced. If it's been a while, call Jody at A+ Heating and Cooling. Let him be the one to take care of all them heating and cooling problems. How about your ductwork? You ever had it cleaned? How about sneezing, dust all in your house? When's the last time you had your ductwork cleaned? Hey, A+ Heating and Cooling, the official heating and cooling for the Mike Weatherford Show, has got you covered. When it comes to your heat pumps, when it comes to your duct cleaning, give them a call and do this. Tell them Mike sent you. Don't turn that down. It's cold in here. What do you do? Live in an igloo? You need to quit. You need to start wearing T-shirts over here.
There's something special about jewelry that's been cared for properly. When a ring needs resizing, a stone needs to be reset, or a favorite piece simply needs to shine again, it helps to have a trusted professional close to home. Potto Gold Jewelry Repair offers professional full-service jewelry repair right here in Paris. Ring resizing in both gold and silver, prong retipping, stone resetting, soldering, professional cleaning, and even watch battery replacement. Careful craftsmanship, excellent work, high satisfaction. Also buying and selling new and heirloom pieces. Visit Potto Gold Jewelry Repair at 415 North Market Street in Paris, or call 7316-449113. Potto Gold Jewelry Repair, where fine details still matter.
Is your tank on empty? For best gas prices in town, fill up at 54 Fuel Mart, 1213A Westwood Street. And don't forget your other tank. Grab hot fried chicken, wings, pizza, and on Tuesdays and Fridays, the best fried fish around. Got a sweet tooth? We've got freeze-dried candies, candy bars, and more. Rainy day? Stay dry and use our drive-up window. Farmers, we've got your dyed diesel plus parking for big rigs. Open 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day. If you're feeling lucky, play the lottery or grab a scratch-off while you're here. 54 Fuel Mart at the Westwood Y. More than just fuel.
The Downtown Event Center is available for parties, meetings, or family get-togethers. The center comes with spacious seating and an area that will help make serving food easier. If you are having a birthday party, this is definitely the place for you. The Downtown Event Center is located at 107 South Brewer Street. Contact Jessica at 731-642-4992 to make your reservation.
still undecided about your high-speed internet provider? Hey, it's Mike from the Mike Weatherford Show. Let me help you off the fence. TEC high-speed internet is what we use here at the studio, and let me tell you, it's flawless. From home to business, TEC got you covered. With upload speeds that match download speed, TEC leads the pack. Does your family play online games? How about security cameras and live streamers in your home? TEC, with their upload speed matching their download speed, it's as fast as clicking a button. When it comes to high-speed fiber optic internet, TEC is unmatched with quality and service all across the Mid-South. So do like I did. Go get you some.
Hey everyone, this is Jeremy Buckaloo reminding you to tune in to Sportscast with Jeremy Buckaloo live every Sunday night at 7:30 here from the Brewer Street Mafia Studios.
Hey folks, guess what I got coming up next week? That's right, I'm going to go down memory lane a little bit. As everybody know, I used to be a promoter, and Demolition Derby was part of what I did. But it's changed a lot since my days of promoting Demolition Derbies to what it is today. I got Throwdown TV, Anthony Wallace, going to be live in the studio telling me how much it's changed since back when I was a promoter. And Brad Dublin, he's the guy that I give some of my derbies to when I quit derbying back in many, many years ago. So it's going to be a great show. You don't want to miss it. Demolition Derby, it's mainstream. It's not like you think it is anymore. It ain't just a bunch of guys dragging cars out of a cornfield and putting them in a Demolition Derby ring. Them days are gone. It's got high tech. It's even got its own TV show. Throwdown TV. Anthony Wallace going to be live in the studio next week with me along with Brad Dublin. We're going to find out how it's changed since the days of Derby Madness till today. You don't want to miss this show. Mark it on your calendar. Next Tuesday, March the 10th, 7 p.m. Right here on the Mike Weatherford Show. And I'm not even going to attempt this name. Iran, War, and Faith, a unique perspective. Iranian pastor speaks. Sharam Adon. I don't know. What in the world? Y'all help me. What does that say, that name? Nobody wants. Yeah. Well, anyway, this dude right here that you're seeing his picture of, he's going to be live on a Tennessee Informer coming up Monday, March 9th, 7 p.m. And I don't need to hear my producer trying to give me that name, because I don't think he can say it neither. An Iranian pastor speaks out live coming up Monday, March 9th, 7 p.m. on the Tennessee Informer. You don't want to miss that show. If you haven't done it yet, go find a Tennessee Informer. Follow him, share him. He has great shows brought to you. Monday night, March 9th, 7 p.m. Hey, don't forget, coming up on the Sportscast Live with Jeremy Buckaloo, Jakey Beard will be there. Multi-sport star from Patriots to D1. You don't want to miss this show. It's going to be a great one. Coming up Sunday, March 8th, 7:30 p.m. live on Sportscast Live with Jeremy Buckaloo. Great show. Hey, if you haven't done it yet, TEC. I'm going to tell you one more time. If you don't have TEC fast fiber optic internet, what are you waiting on? If you do have it, I'm going to tell you how to get it free. If your family and your friends hasn't joined the TEC family, all you got to do is get them to sign up, and you get a month free, and there's no limit. That's right. If you get in early like I did, and you get your family and your friends and your neighbors to get them some TEC fast fiber optic internet, you get a free month. There's no limit. So in theory, you might get 3 years free. 36 people, 36 months of free internet. And guess what? It's the fastest fiber optic internet known to man. All across the Southeast. Hey, we're part of the TEC family. They support our show right here. They're one of the sponsors of the Mike Weatherford Show. So do like I did. Go get you some. We got something coming up March the 23rd. I'm going to tell you about this. Power in Parish Community Celebration, celebrating the completion of the Parish Fiber Network. They have got the city limits of Parish, majority of it done. March the 23rd, 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. at the Parish Convention Center. They want you to show up. They're going to have free lunch. They're going to have local business going to raffle and giveaways. You can meet the TEC and the Parish BPU people and find out exactly all the questions you asked me and all the questions you've been wanting to know. They're all going to be at one place at one time, March the 23rd, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., the Parish Convention Center, and it's open to the public. You can find out when your street's coming on board. If it's not, you can find out the cost. And guess what? You can even sign up while you're there. So don't forget, be there March 23rd, 11 a.m., 2 p.m., Paris Convention Center. Meet the TEC BPU family and find out all the questions that you've been wanting to know about the fastest fiber optic internet in the South, TEC. Don't forget Tennessee's Missing Children Day coming up March the 4th, 2026. Capitol Theater in Lebanon, Tennessee, 6 p.m., a day of hope, awareness, and action. The Bethany Mikowski Foundation is who's presenting this. What if it's your child ain't missing? The event offers for free child fingerprinting on site or kits to take home, plus a roadmap for what to do next time should your child go missing. March the 4th marks 25 years since Bethany disappeared, and Tennessee Missing Children Day brings communities together to provide support, share resources, and take action to protect our children. Coming up March the 4th, Lebanon, Tennessee, 6 p.m. The Peddler Advantage. Place your 20-word classification to run for 4 weeks for $10. It's in 9 counties. 30,000 of these things are out there. What can you do for $10? You can't even go to McDonald's for $10. You got something laying around the house you want to sell, or if you're looking for something, Peddler Advantage is the place to go. You can find them on 9 counties, and every business has it laying there. Pick it up, find out all the great stuff they got, and guess what? Every issue will have MyParishTV.com podcast guide. It's got the Mike Weatherford Show, Tennessee Informer, Sportscast Live with Jeremy Bucklew, all the great shows at the Brewer Street Mafia Kill Media production is right there for you to pick up, and you can also get rid of some of that stuff you've been wanting to sell. The Parish Peddler Advantage. Get yours today. Don't forget, we're now simulcasting live on Facebook, YouTube, and all the major platforms. For more information, go to www.myparishtv.com. Find out all about the great shows going on. Brewer Street Mafia and Kill Media. Wow, that's all I can say. We've been talking with Teresa Carter. She was swapped at birth with a girl named Janita. And we had Janita talking to us and telling us what it's like. And now we're joined by Shane. He is the birth brother to Teresa. Y'all give me a round of applause. I got that right.
You got it right.
Y'all told me about 4 times. Welcome to the show, Shane.
Thank you, Mike.
So you and Teresa are blood brothers.
Yep.
Blood brother and sister.
That's correct.
Wow. What went through your mind when you found out?
I'll be honest with you, Mike. I was pretty angry.
Sure.
It was pretty shocking. I mean, I don't mean to.
You're not disrespecting nobody.
Yeah, I mean, it was nothing like what those two went through when they found out. Sure. I'm sure, but still, it's you know, like one of them said earlier, you start questioning everything.
Yeah.
You start remembering all these memories.
Yeah,
and I remember distinctively, you know, Janita saying, you know, like, we were raised with another sister too,
right?
And so. You know,
you and Janita was raised together.
Yes, gotcha. with another sister. And I remember being at Granny's house, and she would say, give me your hand. Look at your hand. Look at my hand. Now look at her hand. And look at our feet. You know, our toes aren't the same. And,
who's doing this now?
Janita.
Wow.
When I first heard about it, you know, I just, you know, when I saw the pictures and all, I shut the computer off, went outside, tried to get a breath of fresh air, you know. And I can remember my wife coming out and she said, you know, can you believe this? And I said, yeah, I absolutely can. And I said, and I know Janita can too, because I feel like in the back of her mind,
she's questioning.
She's known. I mean, we never thought that anything, you know, we never thought about, you know, a milkman or anything like that. Our parents were, you know, especially our mom, you know what I'm saying? No one ever questioned her, you know, her morals or anything like that. But yeah, she, you know, we could definitely, you know, tell.
Wow.
We didn't have the same interests.
I can understand.
We didn't have the same hobbies, you know.
Yeah, one guy to another guy. I can understand your anger.
Yeah.
Because that's the instinct that men have. You know, that's just nature. God give us that, to fight or flight. And most time men have the fight.
And I didn't accept it. I didn't accept it for a while. As a matter of fact, I refused to meet her for, I don't know, maybe
2 years,
a couple of years. Just because if I didn't know her, then it didn't really happen. I know that's stupid, but in my mind, it's like I didn't want this to be real. You know, I didn't.
There's no book to read about this.
Right. Yeah, true.
There's no right or wrong way. You know, I tell people that when it comes to death, mourn how you want to mourn. In this situation here, do what you need to do. I mean, Shane, there's no right or wrong way. It's life changing, guys. It ain't like it's just. Here we go back at McDonald's again. It's not like you got a hamburger when you order a cheeseburger. This is something that's
life changing.
Yeah, life changing. There's numerous people. There's sisters. There's grandparents involved. There's sisters and brothers. There's Bert's mothers and other mothers, and there's just so many families that can be torn apart. But all this, in my opinion, which is Mike Weatherford's opinion on, I've got a right to an opinion, was intentionally done.
I agree.
Yeah.
And there's mean people out there, and whoever done that, if they're dead, they're burning in hell. If you ain't dead, you're going to burn in hell. There ain't no way to get forgiven.
Well,
their
conscience got to be killing them today.
Yeah, they're going to burn in hell. You don't put families through this. Jesus Christ don't like ugly.
You're right.
He don't like ugly, and this is ugly, right or wrong.
I don't have any proof, but I don't think they acted alone.
Oh,
I think they were put up to it or paid to do it.
You know, your theory is just as
There's
good as
nothing
anybody.
Well, the only reason I think that is because there was a case, not with these two, but with someone or a couple of babies afterwards, where they just kept bringing the wrong baby to the mother, and the mother knew it, and she said, "That's not my baby." It was hard for my mother and for the mother she grew up with to know, because you know they were put asleep a lot back then, so they weren't necessarily awake when their baby was first born.
Kept bringing the wrong baby.
They kept bringing them wrong.
Do they know who that person was? Excuse me, kept bringing that wrong baby.
No, it's been too long ago.
Damn.
Well, and the mother's deceased.
Yeah.
So there's more people we know of.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
We ain't gonna say name, but how many do you know of is swapped around?
3
here?
more sets.
There's 4 total, counting y'all.
Yes.
So there's 4 other families.
Yes.
Do they know it?
Yes, they all.
So there's 4 families.
But they got switched back before they went home. We are the only set that did not.
That you know of. They get switched back.
Right.
Well, of the 4 of the other 3,
But there could be possibly more.
There's definitely more out there that
There's
don't
more.
know.
This is
if I was born in Lexington, I don't know. I ain't gonna say. I was gonna say get DNA test, but he don't want to cause the pain y'all been through. It ain't
I don't
worth
know. You know, yes, it's been hard, but you know, it's up to us to make a decision whether we can learn to love other people.
You have.
You know, and you know, I know that you know, if when I prayed about it, it's like, just help me to get through this thing.
I pray for all of them.
And you know, and I want to be able to love every one of them, just like that's the way we were taught to do.
Shane, when you and Teresa finally met, y'all get along well?
Immediately. It was.
Did you feel like connection? But there was no disconnect from Janita.
I was in denial that there would even be a connection. Some of my friends and family were like, "Why won't you meet her?" And I was like, "Well, you know, a sister is someone you grow up with. Yeah. Just because I share blood with someone, you know, I just couldn't see what would be the point of that relationship. But it's been wonderful.
But you didn't disconnect with Janita.
Absolutely.
There's still a connection there.
Yeah.
So you can be selfish. You gain a sister.
Correct. and a niece and a nephew.
There you go.
All kinds of families.
You gained a nephew. Looks
and a
like
brother-in-law. Yeah.
There ain't no doubt right there. Yeah. Get about the brother-in-law. Yeah, that's great. Wow, I don't know where to go with this now, but you know, I try to find the good and bad. We all need to do that. If we can find the good, and you gained a sister, and you didn't lose a sister, you still got Janita.
Right.
Y'all are still brother and sister. No matter what, that will never change.
Agreed.
It won't ever change. But you gained a sister, you gained a nephew, a great nephew, it looks like, and a lot of other family members. And wow, that's all I can say. Do you? Well, I don't know where to go with this. It's just.
Well, you can talk to Nikki. This is all her fault.
She's coming out here, Nick. We got us a scapegoat. And Nikki, you're calling on the phone, correct? And we got her on the line. They're calling her now, I think I hear them say. Yeah, we're going to have Nikki. And this Nikki is who?
Nikki is our half-sister. Our father we share the same father, but not mother.
So when my dad was on his deathbed, he confessed to having an affair.
Okay.
And so
that's okay.
This is my second new sister.
Hey, dude.
I get a new sister every
as
5
men,
6 years.
she's surrounded by testosterone. Well, she realized that. But no matter how tough we are, on the outside, we still have a heart and we still hurt. And I can understand y'all's father. He didn't want to die not recognizing his daughter. So forgive him. I feel like I wouldn't want to leave this world knowing I had another child that I never want to talk to or never had talked to. I'm not going to leave this world that admitted. Would you, Ken?
No, sir.
So give him some props for that. He manned up for it, okay? I would, as a man. Nikki, are you on the line?
I sure am.
Welcome to the show. Maybe you can help me get more confused or help me out of all this. Which one are we going to go with?
Probably a little bit of both.
Now, you are the half sister to Shane and Teresa, correct?
That's correct.
Wow, I'm proud of myself.
You're getting good for the night's over.
Now, if you can, tell me what you feel comfortable telling, because they say you're the one to blame for all this. How? It's not blame. It's not a blame. I just use that word. Explain to me how this come apart, if you can, how you found all this out, and just give me the whole details, what you feel comfortable telling me.
Well, let's see. Firstly, I'm the product of an affair, so I have a different birth mother, and then I was adopted away. So I actually have a mom and dad too.
Hold on, man. Hold on, Nick. Okay. No, it's not funny. I want to catch up on it. I want to make sure I don't screw this up, because it's very important, okay? Your father had an affair and had you, but you was adopted by someone else?
That's correct. I was adopted away I have a mom and a dad from my life now.
Wow.
My father's passed, but my mother lives with me.
Wow.
So,
okay, now go ahead. Okay.
But so my parents, my mom is actually a relative within my birth mother's family, and we decided we were going to do DNA stuff to learn about family history. We did Ancestry years ago. And then every now and then you get an email that'll say, hey, you've got a relative. So I got one that said it was a close match. And I clicked on it, and it said that I had a half-sister. So
wow.
I was kind of confused because I had already learned about Shane and my stepmother, who's lovely, by the way. I learned about them, and I met them already. And then when it said that,
okay, so you'd already met Shane before you had met Teresa.
Oh, that's correct. Yes, I met him and his mom, and she was the most loving, welcoming woman in the world.
Gotcha.
And she met our dad too before he died.
Right.
Pardon me?
I told him you met our dad before he died.
I did, and he had a stroke, I believe, well, prior to that, and for me, he was perfect. He was what you'd want in a father. He was loving and caring and kind, and
is that Teresa's
all of those things.
Parents that raised you, right?
No,
your father,
birth father.
Birth father.
My father.
I'm confused. Keep going. I'll catch up.
Sorry.
It's gonna take. I got to process this.
Okay. So Ancestry notified me about her, and initially I thought that she was like me, the product of an affair.
Right.
So then when I started kind of delving in deeper, I started looking at things, and I called Shane and I said, look, this is something, we really need to look into this. And then he went ahead and he took a DNA test. And then he shared the results. He shared his results with me.
And he come back with Teresa too.
Well, yeah, and so it showed up, and he said, I can't believe this happened again. And so he was thinking like I was thinking. And then I said, no, look, it's different. I said, hers says sister, and mine says half-sister. And he said, how is that possible? And then we really started looking.
God
so
almighty.
It showed up full sister for him, but I was only showing up half-sister.
Wow. I can figure it. I'm catching up now. I see where that happened.
I'm 3 miles behind you.
Okay. I'm not really caught up, but I'm just saying that because I'm supposed to be the damn host.
Well, I know I'm 3 miles behind you, so don't worry about it.
Wow, go ahead, Nikki. I'm sorry. We're just understand this is the first time I've heard all this, and I'm sure that when you share this story, you get the same thing you get from me. They get confused, correct?
Yeah, I don't share it all, but yes, they do. They do. I mean, I have been blessed with a new family, and my mom calls Shane and Teresa her bonus kids.
Wow.
So, it's kind of been a blessing, whereas Janita and Teresa, it's been kind of heart-wrenching along the way. And I had to be the one to break Teresa's heart. Can you imagine how horrible that is?
Yeah, I know. Wow. But you owed it to her. I mean...
Well, I had 5 minutes with my birth father. Really, it was about 9 months. But in the scheme of life, I had 5 minutes with him. And I thought, if I could give somebody else 5 minutes...
That was the father that raised you.
No,
okay.
no. The raised me. Sorry. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And
so I thought to myself, if I could give her 5 minutes with her birth mother, I would do that.
Yeah.
Because I was blessed to have
well, how did you contact Teresa? Through the email?
I emailed her through Ancestry. You have to go through Ancestry.
I understand.
To reach out to her directly. And then we exchanged numbers.
Teresa, that was horrible. You talked about that a little earlier.
It was from the 1st of April until May 23rd before I could even answer her because I thought I didn't know who she was and what she was doing, what she was for real. She never told me what she wanted me to know. She just kept telling me I needed to know something.
Well, sure. How do you tell somebody that?
I know. It must have been hard for her, too.
It had to be. It's hard for Janita. It's hard for Nikki. It's hard for Shane. And it's hard on Teresa. Mm-hmm. I feel the pain. I mean, it's just, can you feel it, Ken? In here, I feel it.
It's tough.
Yeah, Teresa, a lot about it.
But I also feel some love.
Yeah.
I think I can feel now, how long have y'all, I hate to cut you out, Nick, and I'm not, so just join in. I told him, I didn't get to tell you this, but just jump in anytime, okay?
I'm listening.
Does y'all stay in contact?
Oh, yeah. We have Thanksgiving together.
How long have y'all known all this? When did it finally, would you say the first person found out to the last person, which would be Teresa, Shane, Janita, and Nikki, all of y'all kind of the four, right? Is there another one?
No. Okay. I mean, I guess we both, Janita and I pretty much found out the same day. Wow. And they already knew. So, but of course we didn't know it. We didn't talk about it for some time. But we found out about it the same day, which took, from April to May 23rd.
Well, yeah, I mean,
and that was 2020.
Almost you had to process it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Wow. Somebody wrote in, a Carol from Lexington says she was born the same day as Teresa. Excuse me. Her mom was in the same room as Teresa's mom. She was in school with Janita. She said Teresa favors her birth mom. She still has her hospital bracelet. You know who this would be?
Carol?
Okay, maybe Carol needs to reach out to him. Eric said he went to school with these both, Teresa and Janita. Said he knew their families, wonderful families.
Yes, I know Eric very well. Mm-hmm.
Had you ever seen, Nikki, you had never seen Teresa around because you wasn't, where was you raised at? What town?
Well, I was raised all over the world, really, but I actually met Teresa prior to at Walmart. She was with someone I knew, and I met her.
But you didn't know then?
No, I had
wow.
And I know what she was wearing to this day. I know what her hair looked like. And then there is another sister that we have that I actually met as well prior to.
Wow. Nick,
and Roy, this is the funny part. Roy, Teresa's son, he and I sat next to each other in college.
Wow.
And we didn't
God
know.
almighty, it's just getting worse. You're going to have to quit. My mind's blowing up here. Shane, did you ever see Teresa around and y'all grew up in the same area?
Not to my recollection. I know that we used to clean the bank that she worked in, so I was there twice a week.
The world is small to be so big. That's a big old ball when you
Yeah.
look at it, but it's small in the scope of things. Wow. Had you seen anybody that you found out is family over the years that are either one of y'all that? That's a fair question.
I'm sorry, I don't.
Did
I
you
didn't
find anybody that you knew for years ago and find out they're kin to you now?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, well, no, I have not that I've known over the years, but my birth father, the one who raised Shane and Janita,
Right.
and was Nikki's dad. I saw him often because I worked at the bank, and he came in to pick up his check.
And talk to you.
I actually took his payments when he made his
Wow,
payments
that's
at the
crazy
bank.
right there.
So I knew him. He's the only one other than
That was
going
your
to school
real-
with Janita.
That was your real daddy.
My birth father, yes.
Your real daddy,
Yes.
birth father.
Yeah.
And you dealt with him at the bank
Yes. I did.
numerous times.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Wow, guys, y'all help me out here. Don't just stand there, Ricky. Yeah.
I told you I'm 3 miles behind you. I'm trotting down the road trying to catch up.
Can you imagine that, Ken?
I've often wondered about that, those interactions with your
Yeah.
dad.
Do you remember having interactions with him?
Yeah, but I didn't know he was my
No,
birth
no, I
father.
know, but-
yeah,
Yeah.
yes,
Did you
I
not-
certainly remember. Yeah,
Did you-
because he was. They took care of our cleaning the bank.
Yeah.
He had his own business, and he was in and out a lot.
Well, did y'all talk a lot? And just friendly and just a real nice guy? I know you knew it wasn't your father. But
Well,
looking back,
I mean, I didn't have like one-on-one conversations. Hi, how are you? It was the casual meet a customer,
Yeah.
and take care of him. But I knew who he was because
well,
we're in a
bank,
small town.
Yeah, you're
you
like
know.
around me. There's banks you get to know them. Wow, looking back, but no idea.
And I would have not had any idea. I don't know why he didn't think I looked like his wife for some reason, because he saw me a lot.
Wow.
Yes.
That's right. It just keeps getting different.
She's a clone. Yeah.
What now?
She's a clone of their mother.
Yeah, I wish I had that picture. We can't get it out
no,
now.
we
You
can't.
forgot. He said you didn't send that
You
one.
can't deny it. I mean, putting them together, it's just like they're
It's just
clones
right
of
there,
each
ain't it? Wow. I feel sorry for anybody that looks like me.
Me and you both look like one of that. So,
unless he's Donald Trump, got a lot of money or somebody, I don't mind that. But wow, I don't know where to go with this. They're going to be laughing at me later, the crew is, because usually I got a lot to say, but I'm honestly trying to comprehend.
It'll take. I read the article you wrote.
Yeah.
Now I'm deep into it now.
Are you learning more as we go tonight, Ken?
Absolutely.
Yes.
What part did you not know about a lot of this?
Well, there's quite a bit, and I still don't put everything together. I write it down, and
you can't.
Well,
there's no way in hell to put it together.
There's not.
It's like a jigsaw puzzle, and you think you got it, and there's a piece missing. And then I'm looking for that piece. Then I think I've got it figured out, and here comes Shane sliding inside. Well, got that all mixed up. Wow. But you remember this. The good Lord works in strange ways, sure. Yeah. There was some cheating, y'all called it, or messing around, whatever word y'all use about your father. So be it. That's just part of life. But you've gained family. And I can see you and Shane sitting there, and y'all seem content with each other. Like, I love her. That's my sister. And you still got Janita, you've got another sister. And I hope to God that all of y'all can understand that none of y'all is at cause of this. No. Your father and your mother's birth or whoever's not at fault. It's some demon, I'm going to call it what they are. The devil is a demon. It's somebody that caused this problem for y'all.
Yeah, and if I might interject,
Sure can.
If there's somebody out there that's listening today or will be listening in the future, I'm not angry at the person who made the switch.
Well,
I would like to know why that she did it, or whomever was involved in it. I would like to know what's the purpose.
There was nothing gained.
There's no purpose.
Unless they were given money for some reason, or maybe
no babies missing, are they?
No.
That you're aware of?
No.
So they wasn't selling babies. It's just Let me interject a minute. I'm going to tell you what it is in this world, and y'all can understand this. There's just mean people. Oh, the devil's on earth. Excuse me, Nikki?
I said it's maniacal.
It is. There's mean people out there. You read stories where nurses have went into these rooms and and shot in these people's IVs to kill them. It happens. There's cops that do bad things. There's even these preachers that do bad things. It's just people are out there like that. They're angry at themselves. They're jealous of other families, maybe, or they're just mean. And I've seen I've seen firsthand how mean humans can be to other human beings. When I say that, trust me, I've seen how mean people can be to other people firsthand. And when you see that, nothing really surprises you about meanness. We want to think it was an accident or they had a bad childhood but they're just mean people, you know.
Yeah, and like we talked about in Sunday school, it's like I feel like that at the very beginning of my life, Satan took hold of somebody.
He did.
And she did whatever he lured her to do. But you know what? God took over too, and he all of this, and he fixed it.
He fixed it.
He fixed it, and he has given me. I have a whole different outlook on the life, because I can absolutely love anybody that I decide to do, because it is totally my attitude toward, what does God have? Why did he put me here? It's like our pastor once upon a time, he had a message that said, "Who am I? What am I doing here? And where am I going?" Well, who am I?
We ain't supposed to know all the answers.
No. I don't know all that.
No, you never know.
But what I do know is, I'm put here for a reason.
There's a plan.
And there was that plan.
And that plan is fulfilling. And sometimes unanswered prayers, I've said this before, is the best prayers. Because I've done it growing up, begged for God for something, and he didn't give it to me. Looking back, he knows. Oh. Yeah, the devil did this. And Jesus didn't allow it to happen. The devil did it. Because y'all are all innocent. Your mother, your birth mother, and all the mothers and fathers involved. I'm not going to get into that.
Yeah.
And the brothers and sisters, Nikki, Janita, Shane, Teresa, and everybody else. If I forgot anybody, y'all are not to blame. I'm not a counselor. I'm just telling you, y'all are not to blame. Y'all are just collateral damage from some mean people. But there's a good side to it. Mm-hmm. Y'all found a better family, bigger family, and I think it'll work out. I really do, don't you?
Yeah, we're a family in progress.
That's right. It's going to work out.
That's right.
And I can see the look in his eyes. He's okay with it. I can see it in your eye. And I'm sure if I can see Janita and Nikki's eyes out there, Nikki, you're okay with it, aren't you? You're accepting it, correct?
Absolutely.
There you
it's
go.
nice to see. In my original situation, I was an only child. So I actually, what I believed I was, only reaching now I'm lost, but now I find out that I have siblings. That's a blessing.
It is. I got to share this story. It's really, the show's never about me, but I've got something in my life that happened. My first wife was adopted. She knew it her entire life. Statute of limitation run out. Somebody that works in that kind of stuff called me because I'm pretty well known, and they said, "Is your wife interested in finding out who her birth parents are? I've got the information if you want it." And I said, "Who am I to say?" Nikki, you understand? Who am I to say? So I went home and told my wife. She said, "What do you think?" I said, "What I think is irrelevant. It doesn't matter. I'm just offering this. You think about it." Well, I said, no. I mean, think. It might take you a month or a week, but you think about it. Well, she finally come back and she said, "Mike, I think I would like to know." And I told her I was a younger guy then, the best of my ability at a young man, the disappointments could be there. And why would she want to go through all that? Why, there's a reason. But anyway, she said, "I think I deserve to know." And I could not disagree with that. So I reached out for her, and I just got a hold of her birth mother. She was tickled to death, happy. Lord, she loved the idea of it. And I said, "Okay, I'll tell my wife." I reached out to her birth father. He wasn't real happy. Okay, no problem. Mm-hmm. First thing he want to know is, what do you want? We don't want a damn thing you got, but I got more than you got, so we don't want nothing from you. I've got her and you don't have her. I don't mean money. I mean I've got her and you don't. What can you? Well, it turned out to be okay. And her parents that raised her, I said, you need to tell your parents that raised you what you're going to do. And she did, and she accepted it. And my ex-wife found out that she had some sisters and brothers, and they all become good friends. So my point of that story is it always works out in the end. No matter how bad the devil tries to mess it up, the good Lord's in control. You do know that, right, Nikki?
Absolutely.
I'm going to let y'all go. And there's so much that we could talk about, but there can always be a part 2 because it's going to keep growing. It's going to keep getting better. There's going to be a book written, and there's going to be a TV show. I guarantee you there's too much going on. Next time I see you, Shane, you might be on TV. Well, you are tonight.
You're live.
But,
Thank you for having me.
No, I thank y'all.
You for coming.
And it's Ken.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, man.
What do you think? First time you've been live in here with me.
It's great. Yeah.
Did we do all right?
Y'all did a wonderful job. Thank you.
Thank you for telling me this story. And you and I talked on the phone before I ever talked to Teresa. He didn't give me no names. He just told me about this story. And I said, you've got to be kidding. He said, no. He was telling me, and I was just sitting there blown away. Remember the conversation?
Sure. We talked for a while.
Yeah. I said, wow, because I'm kind of a curious type fella. And probably both curious. As curious as you want to know something, and curious I'm strange, so I guess I'm both of them. But anyway, you understand in the South what curious can be 2 words. Okay. And I said, do me a favor, Ken, reach out to the girl. And he said he would. And that's how you and I hooked up, Teresa. And I got to hook up with you. I got to talk to Janita, and I got to talk to Nikki. Hey, it's all good.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to. And Nikki, I appreciate you calling in.
Thank you so much for having me.
And I wish you, and I'll pray for you, and I wish you the best. Make it work. You know.
Absolutely. It will work.
Make it work.
There it is.
And I'm going to tell you, there's no way to do it right, and there's no way to do it wrong. You just do what Nikki does. You understand?
That's right.
And I appreciate you calling in, and I wish you the best of luck. And you've got a long, happy life ahead of you, and make it the best part of your life.
Yep.
Absolutely.
God bless you.
Love to my brother and sister. Thank you. And love to read it too.
Yes, I know you do. It's a great family. Okay. Thanks for calling in. I really appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Well, what do we say from here, guys and girls? How do you end this show? It's going to be a happy ending, I know that, but how do you end it?
Well, I can tell you that I wrote something in my journal, and this was February the 19th of 2021, about 9 months after I found out. And I had read this article in a Woman's Day magazine, and it said, and I'll paraphrase, that love is more than a feeling, it's an attitude. And I think I've been saying that all night.
Yeah.
It's like every morning when you get up, you get up with an attitude. You put on your clothes, you put on, makeup if you're a woman, or you get ready to go out to the world and you say, today I am going to love somebody. I'm going to put on love just as well as I put on my clothes. Yeah. And I just think that that's just the bottom line here is that we, whatever you get handed, just
deal with it.
Love somebody.
Yeah, you're right.
Just take care of your family. And
I don't think there's no counselor in the world that can fix y'all's problem. But I tell you what, I think when Shane, Teresa, Janita, and Nikki can fix it, I think y'all can just kind of work together and
love one another.
Yeah, we love one another because everybody takes it different.
Right.
How do you know that you're doing it the right way and they're doing it the wrong way, or vice versa?
We don't.
We don't know how to take it, do we, Shane? But I think it's going to work out. But wow is all I can say. It's been an interesting show tonight. It really has, and I think we've covered it all. We got most of my viewers are probably confused as I am, but most of my viewers are smarter than me.
There's a lot more.
Yeah, there's a lot more. We're going to save some of that for newspaper, and we're going to save a little bit for a book.
Yeah,
maybe the movie. So
and the movie. That's right. But I want to appreciate y'all for coming in. And Teresa, it's been fun, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has.
Did it work like you thought it would tonight?
It did just fine. You did a great job.
No, not me. Y'all did.
Well, it's just
touchy.
It is touchy, and I just want other people to know. Just like a friend of mine said She did DNA testing and found out she had a brother, and he died really soon after that. And she kept telling me over and over, "You've got to tell this story because somebody out there can find family that they really care about and make a full family life."
I want to find out who did it. I want somebody to know. There's somebody knows. Somebody's going to watch this show. They're going to read that article he read, and they're going to say, "The guilt of knowing is killing me." And they're going to contact you. Everybody comes in my studio. You know, you're in the Brewer Street Mafia Studios. Y'all seen that.
Yes.
That's what the name of this place is. And everybody wants to know, am I part of the mafia? Well, I have to talk to you a while because I'm the podfather. You know, I got to make sure that. I want to welcome Teresa, Shane, and Ken to the new members.
Thank you.
Read that.
Okay.
The new members of the Brewer Street Mafia.
Pretty cool.
Well, welcome to the Mafia. That thing I give y'all in 5 pennies gives you a nickel. But it's pretty cool, you know. I appreciate y'all coming in, and really, I do. God's got it.
Yeah.
He's in control.
Yeah.
Ken, Ricky, Shane, we all believe in Jesus. He died for our sins, so he's got it wrote down. He's got a plan, and we just don't. Sometimes we want to question Jesus. Why?
I have to say I was mad at first, mad at God.
Yeah.
Why did this have to happen to me? And why at this time in my life?
Yeah.
And COVID's being as bad as it was at that time. It was just a bad time.
Well, people come to me with their problems, and they tell me, "Oh, well," I said, "Look, wait till it's over. Let's talk." And when it's over, was it ever as bad as you thought it was going to be? No. Nothing is.
No.
Nothing is as
It'll
bad
pass.
as
God did not
too
give you
shall
a cross
pass.
you cannot bear.
But I do wish, and I hope I say everybody, if I miss one, y'all help me. Teresa, Shane, Janita, and Nikki, I want to wish y'all all the luck and love that one human can give another one because y'all deserve it. And I want y'all to make his family work. Because, you know, don't look at it about the bad. Look at what you gained. And help each other out. If you're having a hard time, if something's bothering you, and help them out. Hey, it's okay. I feel how you feel. Shane, you're a good guy. I can tell. Look at you. You got somebody that looks like you. You got somebody you got. Somebody look up to you now. Yeah, your nephew. Your great
Lord
nephew.
have mercy,
dude. And a brother.
He's 6'3". I look up to him.
Maybe physically, but mentally, he's gonna look up to you. You're probably an uncle he never had, and you're there now, and you got a great nephew. I seen that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and you got a brother-in-law. You got a lot of family that you picked up pretty quick last 3 or 4 years, correct?
Correct.
Love them. Look where you are. Look right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is a little taller than you. But one thing about it, he's got a Tennessee shirt on, so that's why I like him right off the bat.
I saw that first.
Right off
and I don't live in Tennessee. So I tell you something right there.
Where are you from, Arkansas?
Well, I'm from Tennessee, but I live in Arkansas.
Where you live at?
Walnut Ridge.
Something bigger, close to it.
Jonesboro.
Got you.
Okay.
Yep, got you. All I can say is thank y'all. And I hope I haven't butchered it too bad. I hope I didn't let y'all down, letting y'all share this story.
Not at all.
And y'all, and anybody got any questions, Ken?
I think we're good. Teresa, the last thing she said in her article that was incredible. I said, would you change it? And just, it was no. You know, I've got a lot of family, and I wouldn't have it any other way. That they really
That's the
grabbed me.
attitude I want.
Sir.
I want that attitude. It's going to be a shock. But it's easy now. You got to understand. I can sit up here and tell you all the good stuff, but you know what? It ain't me it happened to. I got to remember that. I would be angry. I can feel you. I'd probably cry. I'd be inquisitive, and I would probably ask the Lord. Me and him, we talk a lot. When you live like Mike Weatherford does, you get to know Jesus pretty regularly, you know. And I talk to him a lot, and sometimes I question him, and I have conversation with him because that's what we're supposed to do. And sometimes I leave that conversation still not knowing, but sometimes it comes to me. Give it a chance. It's still relatively young, and you're how old are you?
51.
Hell, that's
young.
Young.
Nothing.
Yeah.
You went, 45 years before you ever knew Teresa.
Right.
So that's relatively new, like a drop of sand on a whole beach. Give it time; it's going to grow, which it already has.
It'll grow. It'll grow.
It'll get better.
It'll heal itself.
Anything else you want to say, Teresa?
I just want to thank everybody involved, as you know what they've meant to me, and I want to thank all the doctors and nurses that I've called and
It's weird the heck out of
yeah, and I've done it even today. It's like, if you know anything, please tell me.
If you do know, if you heard rumors, I'm going to butt in. Excuse me. If you know anything, heard rumors, it don't matter. Rumors is sometimes where there's smoke, there's fire. We got to admit that. Get hold of Teresa. She's on Facebook. You can find her, Teresa Carter, and just tell her what you know. It's okay. She deserves to know the answers.
All right.
I'd want to know. You'd want to know. But I hope I didn't let you down tonight. I hope we shared that story well, did we?
I think we did a good job.
I think we did too.
Really good job.
Well, I think so, Ken. I appreciate it. Even though I'm still confused, Rick. You caught up yet?
I'm 4 miles behind you. But, you know, you
I think I'm going to have a drink of Pepsi.
Thank you. You guys are all family, but there's a country song. Jesus and Mama always loved me when the devil took control. Remember that. The devil took control of somebody. Yep. Jesus and Mama's always loved you.
He did. Okay. But I'm going to tell you, maybe I'm a fire and brimstone type of guy, but whoever did this, if they ain't already, they're going to burn in hell.
Well, they carried, if they carried it with them, they were miserable when they died.
There's no way you could. You could ask Jesus to forgive you. Sure, you can. But if you really want to repent from your sins, you go back and apologize for what you did.
They had time to come clean with this.
Yeah, it's just horrible. Yeah. That's just me. That's not these people. Okay, that's me. That's Mike. I'll take full credit for feeling that way.
I'll take the same credit you will.
Well, that's wrong right there. If you want to get forgiveness for it, that's one thing. But to get forgiveness, that's different. All right, folks, I appreciate you tuning in. It's been a great story. I've had some great people in here tonight. I've had Janita, Nikki, Shane, and Teresa. They all told their story. Everybody told it from a different angle, which is what I expected to be. And I just hope they can all come together and understand that nobody that's been on this show tonight is at fault. They had nothing to do with it. They're just collateral damage is all they are. And they're trying to put their life back together. Put yourself in their shoes. Let's don't judge them. Let's just say, hey, do what you got to do to get your life where it needs to be. Hey, don't forget, coming up next week, I got a great show. You're going to want to miss this. Remember when I used to be a promoter? I promoted TV shows and concerts and been all over the world. But I was also a promoter for Demolition Derby. And I had a little series called Derby Madness, and it was Napa Auto Parts Crash for Cash. I run that series around here for quite a few years, what I got out of it. And it's grown since then. Anthony Wallace going to be live in the studio talking about Throwdown TV. They put Demolition Derby mainstream. Some of them said I'm the godfather of that, but I don't agree with none of that. I just say I was just a drop in the bucket of what went on. And Brad Dublin, he took over from me when I give up my Demolition Derbies. I give those, I guess you could say give it, those derbies that I did. I let him take over, and he run them for years. And so we're going to be talking with Anthony Wallace about what has changed since my day as a promoter. So it's going to be a great show coming up next week right here live on the Mike Weatherford Show. Don't forget, anybody want to say that name? I don't want to say it. Iran War and Face, a unique perspective. Iranian pastor speaks out. Coming up live, the Tennessee Informer, Monday, March 9th, 7 p.m. Tune in. See what this guy's got to say. I guarantee you it's something you want to hear about with all this going on in the world. So tune in at the Tennessee Informer, March the 9th, 7 p.m. Also, don't forget, JK Beard's coming on, multi-sport star, Patriot to D1. That's coming up live on Sportscast Live at Jeremy Buckaloo, Sunday, March 8th, 7:30 p.m. That's going to be a great one. You don't want to miss it. Tune in. If you haven't done it yet, go find Jeremy's show. Like him, share him, and follow him. He's on all the platforms. We are. Got a great show. The guy knows sports inside and out. We've even had NASCAR on here. We've had IHRA drag racers on here. He has on his show, and I've been on a couple of them with him because I got a little history in racing. But, hey, if you haven't done it yet, go find Jeremy. Tune in to him. Follow him. He's going to have something all you sports fans want to keep up with. That's right. Coming up Sunday, March 8th, 7:30 p.m., multi-sport star, Patriot to D1. I want to thank my crew in the back for helping me out tonight. Kevin, Keel, Scott, Norwood, Dana Allen, all of them in the back. I'll forget some of them. Hell, I always do. That's just part of getting old. I got part-timers. I want to thank you, my viewer. If you haven't done it yet, reach over and find me on one of the platforms. Follow me, share me, like me, ring the bell, whatever you have to do on wherever you're seeing me at. Keep up with us because we always got something. We're going to be your go-to place for all the things we all want to know about. I want to thank all my sponsors. Without y'all guys, I couldn't do what I do. I couldn't pay the bills and do this because, look, I don't have deep pockets. I'm an auto mechanic by trade, so, we ain't got no money. We drive old cars. I want to appreciate my friend Rick Price for hanging out with me.
It's always
I'm
a
a little bit
pleasure.
down in the weather. Ken,
Thank you.
I appreciate you, brother. What do you
Sure,
think?
thank you.
First time you've been in here with me. What do you think?
It's a lot of fun. Went quick, and I feel like we could talk for another 2 hours.
There's a lot to talk about.
There's a lot to talk about, yeah.
Oh, we keep going on this show, but y'all, they will come back. We'll do a show. We'll let it soak a little bit. We'll find out some new information. You or Teresa contact me. We'll come back. Hey, there's nothing wrong with part 2. Remember that movie they made about me? Look right there. See, you got number 1 with a circle on it. See it right there? That means part 2's coming up. But anyway, I want to appreciate you, all you do to help me here.
Thank you, sir.
Ken is a great guy. He's come on board. He's kind of a talent search. You and Ricky. What would you call that? Ricky hooks me up with these people.
We connect the dots.
They connect the dots. And
we connect the dots.
And I get to sit here and do what I do, which is look stupid. I'm good at that. Anyway, all right, guys, appreciate you tuning in. Tune in same time, same place. Y'all got to help me. And like I always say, don't be late. The Mike Weatherford Show is recorded live in the Brewer Street Mafia Studios in downtown Paris. A Kill Media, Brewer Street Mafia Productions.